So I'm going to talk about the NLCS between St. Louis and the Nationals. Now, the only way I can describe this series is complete and utter domination from the starting rotation of the Washington Nationals. Anibal Sanchez, Patrick Corbin, Max Scherzer, and Steven Strasburg completely dominated the Cardinals lineup. Batting lineup of St. Louis could not do a damn thing. They couldn't. They couldn't do anything until game two, when they put up one run, and then in game three they put up another run, and then in game four they put up four. But at that point it was too late. But I'm going to talk about the score and pretty much the pitching matchup of each of the games and how the pitchers did. Game one, Anibal Sanchez completely mowed through the Cardinals lineup. He had a no hitter through 7 innings, I think it was. We ended up getting one hit, so thank God of that. We ended up losing 2-0. Like I said, Sanchez was completely dominant. Miles Michaelis had a quality start. Gave up 2 runs, but still had a chance for the lineup to do something. Just completely mowed down. Game two, Nationals won 3-1. Max Scherzer struck out 11 and allowed one hit in 7 innings, while Adam Wainwright had a really good outing, striking out 11 in 7 1/3 innings, but allowed 3 runs. But like the same with Michaelis, he kept his team in the game. Just not the starting rotation, the batting lineup of St. Louis could not put home runs and get on base. And then the floodgates opened. Game three, Nationals won 8-1. Flaherty was not good at all. He allowed 4 runs in 4 innings. Strasburg, on the other hand, went 7 innings and struck out 12. Flaherty did not look like himself in Game 3, as he only went 4 innings, but just nothing was rolling right, just nothing. And then Game 4, to complete the sweep, the Nationals beat St. Louis 7-4. Dakota Hudson only lasted a third of an inning and gave up 4 runs. Man, that's horrible. Lasted a third of an inning, only gave up 4 runs. I think Washington scored all of their runs in the first inning. I'm almost certain that's what it was. Patrick Corbin, on the other hand, struck out 12 and allowed 4 runs in 5 innings. So, at the end of the game, we only lost by 3, but the batting lineup could not put up hits. They could not string hits together, which is really a theme throughout the whole entire series. Just could not string hits together. The pitching rotation for at least games 1 and games 2 were pretty good. It's just game 3 blew the doors off of everybody for St. Louis, and then game 4 they just had no answer. Howie Kendrick won the NLCS MVP. He went 5 of 15, which is a .333 batting average, with 4 doubles and 4 RBIs, which I believe 3 of those doubles came in game 3. Cardinals bats, what happened? Just could not hit it. Could not hit anything, could not do anything. To end the series, Paul Goldschmidt went down looking, I think. He struck out to end the game, to end the series, to end their season. Cardinals against Washington Nationals starting rotation went 11 of 92. That's a 141 batting average, which is the lowest allowed by a starting rotation in any best of 7 series in baseball history. The 2012 Detroit Tigers had a 144 opponent batting average, and that team also had Max Scherzer, I believe, Anibal Sanchez, and Justin Verlander. I believe Doug Fister was on that team too. But 2 key components of that team and the Nationals team, Scherzer and Sanchez. So what happened with St. Louis? they had clutch and decent hitting against Atlanta in the divisional series. So what happened to them from the divisional to the championship series? I would probably say the pitching got a lot better from Atlanta to the Nationals, because Atlanta you had Fultonevich, Keuchel, Newcomb, or their really top three. Well, I'm missing somebody. I can't think of his name. I can't remember. But the Nationals had Anibal Sanchez in Game 1, Scherzer in Game 2, Strasburg in Game 3, and Patrick Corbin in Game 4. And I can understand why the Nationals got Patrick Corbin in free agency. I think they might have. I understand why they got him. You needed a fourth guy. You needed really a third guy. Because Sanchez is a great pitcher. He's a good pitcher. But I don't know if you can consistently trust Anibal Sanchez. So they needed to get a guy that they think they can trust more consistently than Anibal. And Anibal did pretty good in this series. But I mean, like I said, Cardinals had good to great starts from Adam Wainwright, who looked like he wound the clock back 6 or 7 years to when he was Cy Young contender with Chris Carpenter and Tim Lincecum in, I think, 2013 or 2012. I think it was one of those, both of those years, where those three guys were there. They just could not put, St. Louis could not put any runs on the board. Mistakes didn't help either. I believe it was Game 4 where Marcell Ozuna had that error in right field. Nationals jumped on that, put up runs on the scoreboard. Cardinals just got dominated and got outplayed. Washington was the better team in the series. When you have a 141 batting average against the starting rotation, you do not deserve to win the series. And they didn't win a single game on the final score of the games. I mean, congratulations to the Washington Nationals on finally breaking through and going to your first World Series since Walter the Big Train Johnson was your top guy. I hope you guys make it a competitive series between you and, I'm going to guess probably the Astros are going to win the ALCS. I think they're going to do better. But I mean, I bet Bryce Harper's looking great now. Went to the Phillies for all that money and then ended up missing the playoffs entirely. But I mean, I wanted a competitive series. Did I get one? At least for the first 2 games I did. But man, what if the Nationals upset the ALCS championship, whoever clinches the AL? That's probably going to be one of the biggest upsets, probably in recent memory, going back for at least 5 years, 10 years. That's probably going to be the biggest upset, because they came back against the Dodgers, who won 106 games and were expected to go to the World Series. It was pretty much World Series or bust, and they blew it. Robert brought in Kershaw, gave up 2 dingers back-to-back to Rendon and Soto. That just did not end well for the Dodgers. And then Howie Kendrick hit a grand slam off of Joe Kelly, who Roberts left in an inning longer. But, yeah, I really just hope for a competitive World Series. Hopefully 6 or 7 games. I'd be really content with that. But anyway, guys, that's it. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. Leave a comment down and tell me what you guys thought of the NLCS and the ALCS. And who you guys think's going to make it to the World Series in the American League side. And who do you think's going to win? And who do you think's going to win the MVP of the World Series? So, I guess I'll see you guys next time, and bye.